The word for today is insight. Everybody say insight. So stress is on the first syllable. And it's like if you look at it, it has the word sight, and its sight is like seeing with vision with your eyes. Insight is like seeing into. So it means like knowing something, understanding something like on a deeper level, like seeing into it. It has to do with knowledge of something. So this is your sentence that people are going to copy on their cards about literature. It says, poems often give us greater insight into the human spirit, which means that when you read poems, you can understand something about human beings and how we feel and how we perceive and understand the world. You can understand it, look into it, like at a deeper level than if you are poems are a way to look into it in a deeper level than you do on everyday life, because they show you really like in a deep way how somebody feels and how somebody sees the world. That's what the sentence is saying. So greater means like more. Insight is like deep knowledge of the human spirit, what human beings are, who human beings are, and what human beings are capable of. Poems can help us understand that. So let's look at the card. So here are the definitions. There are two definitions, and it says number one, the ability to see and understand the truth about people or situations. So yeah, there's that idea of like not just seeing with your eyes, not just seeing the surface, but like understanding the truth, maybe a deeper truth about what's really happening or what's real situation is about people or situations. And so the number one is the ability, an ability that people can have. Number two is an understanding of what something is like. So this is more like this is like the ability that the person has, and then this is if they use that ability. Si usan esa habilidad, esa capacidad, what do they get? They get understanding, deeper understanding of what something is like. So these two things are related. This is the ability that the person has, and then this is after you, if you use that ability, then you understand the truth of what something is like. And it says here in Spanish, percepción o entendimiento. But like I was saying, as I was saying, it's not the big thing about insight. I think is not just on the surface. It's like seeing into really like what something is really like, or real truth, or things like that. It's a positive word. It has positive connotation. It means like, oh, really knowing, really understanding what's happening. That's what insight is. And we use it a lot with give. Like if something gives you insight, it gives you the ability to see and understand the truth. Or you can say somebody has insight. Um, yeah. So let's look at some more detailed examples. So it says here, so the ability to see and understand the truth about people or situations. So we can say Isabel's insight about the current political atmosphere was very thought-provoking. So because this person, Isabel, has an ability to understand the truth about politics, that can cause thoughts in other people. So it makes people have interesting thoughts. And you can see here, like in this little picture, it shows idea, insight. That insight sometimes comes like in the picture from when different people share ideas. We talk about bouncing ideas off each other. That's an expression. Like if you think about a ball bouncing. And so sometimes if different people share their ideas, they come together and they reach a deeper understanding, a deeper truth. That's like in the picture. In the sentence, it's just talking about one person, Isabel, but it's still the idea of ability to see and understand the truth. And something that might not be obvious, but like you can see into it. You can see into it in a more deep level. Okay, so let's look at our next definition. So an understanding of what something is like. So we could say poetic devices give students insights into understanding the poetry. So if you can analyze, poetic devices are like figurative language, like metaphor, simile, personification, imagery, alliteration. And then rhythm and rhyme are also, they're not figurative, but they're also poetic devices because they're like things that poets do. So, and if you understand what those are and how, and then like figure out what each one is trying to do or how it fits into the poem, then that can give students an understanding of what the poem is like. After you use these, do you understand them? That's why we teach them to you, because it can help you understand poems at a deeper level. So insight, deeper knowledge. So these devices, if you study them, if you think about them, they can give you deeper knowledge into poetry. So we looked at the Spanish translation already. The word family is going to be insightful. If you look at full, think about it's spelled differently because it only has one L, but it's kind of like the word full, lleno. So insightful means like full of insight. So if somebody, you could say a person is insightful, or a book is insightful, or an idea is insightful, and that means that idea or that book or that person really understands something at a deep level, or it gives you an understanding at a deep level. And then synonyms for insight: intuition or wisdom. Antonyms: ignorance, or I would say not unaware, I would say unawareness, because unaware is an adjective, and this word is not an adjective. Sorry about that. So you should type NESS at the end of that, unawareness, or lack of awareness. But intuition is basically like insight, but the big thing with intuition is like a sudden feeling that we say in English, you get it in your gut. It's like in your gut means like your stomach. Basically, it's a feeling that's not rational. So that's intuition. Intuition is not rational. It's a feeling you get about something, and then you say, "Oh, I know that that's the truth. I don't know why it's not rational, but I know it." That's intuition. This is not necessarily that. This just means deep knowledge, deep understanding. It's not necessarily. It could be even using your brain to think about rationally, figure it out. But insight means like at the end, you really get it, you really understand it at a deeper level. That's the key to what insight is. And like I said, if you think about it, sight, in, como visión, adentro, underneath to the truth. That's the basic idea of this word. And yeah, like I was saying, if you're writing sentences with it, give is commonly used. So like here we said poetic. If this thing would go away from the bottom of my screen. Poetic devices give students insights into. We often use it with into also. So if you're making a sentence, you could say somebody gave somebody an insight into something, means help that person understand at a deeper level. Or as I said, a person can have, use have, sometimes have insights means to have deeper knowledge, deeper understanding. And okay, I think that's about all I need to say about that word. Thank you very much for watching.